Hello, my name is Kevin Langle. I'm with the University of New Mexico and Center for Telehealth and Cyber Medicine Research. Thank you for joining me for additional training segments on the use of the video conferencing software and the additional capabilities of the software. If you have not watched the initial training video on video, please go back and watch that one before moving on to this video. A little bit about what a far-end camera is. It's the camera that's on the opposite end of your video conference call. This feature is only available on certain systems, primarily a legacy or a Polycom type system that you might see in a conference room or rolling around the ER on a mobile cart. So we're going to start today from our video portal, and I have the Continuum of Care Polycom system up here in my search bar. You can define these legacy systems or these Polycom systems by their icon. It's the little box with the arrow instead of the little person that shows up next to an individual's account. So I'm going to start off by calling direct into the conference room here at Continuum of Care. And we'll give it a minute for the system to start up and be ready to go. Okay, if you remember from the initial training video, we have this toolbar across the top with all of our different icons to manipulate different things while we're using the video software. The one on the far right that looks like a camera with the arrows around it is your remote camera control. If you select the drop-down box beside it, it'll bring up any camera that this feature will work with that's attached to your video call. As you can see, our Continuum of Care conference room is one of those listed. If you're in a video call and this item is blank, then that means there's no cameras attached to your video conference that can be manipulated. So I'm going to select Continuum of Care, and it'll bring up this remote control panel. This is the main interface for manipulating the camera on the far end. You can move the camera either right or left. You can raise and lower the camera. As you're moving it around, depending on the internet speed and internet connection, will determine how fast the camera comes back into focus, or the movement on a slower connection might be a little bit intermittent. So as we move in, we're going to test the zoom feature, and we're going to zoom in on a pamphlet that's sitting on the conference room desk. And like before, after you're done moving the camera, give it a second and it will clear out and come back into focus. The cameras on these systems are designed to autofocus once the movement is stopped. As you can see, we can zoom quite a ways in and get really good detail once the camera comes back into focus. Once you're done manipulating your camera, or you have it set where you want, you can select this X at the top screen, and that will close out your control pad for manipulating the camera. If you need to go back in, simply select the drop down arrow, select the camera you'd like to manipulate again, and that will return the remote camera control pad for use. And that covers far end camera control. Thank you for joining me.